Welcome back. Today we will be replacing the factory window shade of our 1977 Airstream Argosy. And this bad boy has been hanging around for quite some time. As you can see, I actually stapled it back together because the stitching was coming apart. This old vinyl is just, it's just kind of time to go. It's just getting dry rotted. And the trailer's 45 years old, so we'll show you how to remove this and replace it with something comparable, yet more modern. It still functions. It actually still works great, but it is the inevitable. It will break, so you might as well be proactive and replace it before it breaks. A little bit of tension here. Use your thumb, pull that out, and you heard it, the whole thing unwind, and it's out. We're removing the valance right now, just to make it a little bit easier so we can access the brackets. Because clearly from the factory, they install blind first. Now we have access to the brackets. We will be replacing it with this. Bought it on Amazon. This is not the first one that I've installed. This is the second one now inside the Argosy that I will be installing. I've installed about 6 of these in a friend's camper trailer as well. Easy to install, affordable, and nice blackout curtains. Just a nice way to modernize it. Here's one that I replaced in the bathroom. Easy pull chain. Pretty simple hardware. Probably not going to be using these anchors, so we can just go straight in the wall with the screws. This is to hold the chain down below like a guide. I will show you where that goes. Simple chain here, axle on one side, and a couple brackets. That's it. They even make it pretty easy. It tells you do not remove this paper sleeve. So here's the window side. So obviously that is what we're going to be looking at from the outside, and then here's the room side. So pretty easy. That faces outward, and you're gonna be looking at room side while you're installing it. Determine which side you want the pull chain on. I want mine on the right hand side, because on the left hand side it's pretty close to the water pump switch, so I kind of figured we don't need 2 things in one location. So this will be going on the right hand side, again room side here. So this part of the other axle, pretty easy. Little notch right there. That slides right there. This part here as well. Just like that. We'll assemble that, put that off to the side. Now here's the bracketry. This center post, very self-explanatory. We'll sit on this side. This one that has the flat tab on there, we'll sit on this side. And if you notice right here, this is spring loaded. So if you measure properly, then have some good amount of tension. So when you install the brackets, then just like the old assembly came out, this will go in just the same way with nice tension on it so it won't fall out during transit. I'll give you measurements, but of course these are assembled slightly different. It depends on where that valance was. You can see the 2 holes right there where the existing bracket was. That top one was actually underneath the aluminum of the valance itself. So I would imagine that probably changes as these are assembled on the line. So either way, mock up your valance first, and then hold the blind up there to make sure there's enough clearance for these brackets, and also center it on the window. The packaging, they give you 6 screws, 2 for the top, 2 for the bottom. Obviously there's elongated holes for adjustment. And then we have number 5 and number 6 screw. We'll put that in there in the center to allow it to not move side to side. We'll install it. Again, this slides in on the side without the chain. Here's the chain. Like this. Again, room side. So you need to be looking at that while installing this. Side, push that in with your finger. Very nice. Nice and tight. It's level. plumb. Here we have it. It is installed. Let's test it out. Now we can remove this. Again, room side. That's what you're looking at. It specifically tells you do not remove this until you're done installing. Very nice, smooth. Again, reinstall the valance right back where it came from. I already set the screws already inside the valance just to make it a lot easier. So they're already kind of halfway screwed in there. Obviously put them back in the same holes. Because this chain is ridiculously long, because it's, of course, for any length that you want it to be, just get Ace Hardware, grab one of those ball chain connectors. And now it's time to mount the chain guide. And because we still have 2 holes from the last drapery, why not just use one of those existing holes and also cover up the other one? It's time to cut the chain. Do not cut it too short. The inside one pulls down. Pull it back up so it's bottomed up. It takes, say, maybe take 6 beads down, cut right there. That means it comes all the way down here and you still have room. Once you've cut that, thread all this slack right through this guide. Then you can actually just bring it up, mock it up to there, give yourself a little bit of slack, and make your second cut. There you have it. Nice modernization, smooth, easy pull chain, just enough slack that it can not bind up, but also not get in the way of your window. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe.